Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on VLSI and microelectronics. It is a subject in 7th semester BTech ECE. The course code is EC702. I am Paula Sridhar, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. So let us start lecture number 9 of this lecture series on VLSI and microelectronics. Now, our subject VLSI and microelectronics, it consists of 45 number of total lectures and it is a 4 credit subject, and the total contact hours are 3 lectures and 1 tutorial per week. So we are in module number 3, that is analog VLSI circuit design. Now we will see what topics are there in module 3. That is, first is small signal model of MOSFET, analog sub-circuits, MOS switch, active resistors, MOS diode, current source and sink, current mirror, current and voltage references, voltage divider, MOS equivalent of a PN junction, voltage reference, threshold voltage reference, band gap reference, switch capacitor circuit, resistance emulation of series parallel and series parallel circuit, switch capacitor integrator and filter, CMOS differential amplifier, design parameters, output amplifier, and two-stage op-amp or two-stage CMOS op-amp design. So after the module 3, let us have a quick overview of the course outcomes. Now, course outcomes in a particular subject are very important because these outcomes will be fulfilled by the students after the completion of this particular course. Now, let us see the course outcomes. The first course outcome is able to describe scale of integration, SSI, MSI, LSI, VLSI, Moore's law, scaling, short channel effect, VLSI design flow and architecture, and contact gate level circuit with PLA and PAL concept. Next, second number course objective is able to analyze CMOS inverter voltage transfer characteristics with the parameters VIL, VIH, VOL, VOH, VTH, and based on the knowledge of digital circuit design methodologies like CMOS, pass transistor, TG, DCVSL, dynamic logic, NODA logic. Next is able to construct schematic of the combinational sequential circuit SRAM DRAM cell using the MOSFET. The third number course outcome is based on the fundamental concept of the MOS characteristics and model, able to calculate value of the resistance of the current source, MOS diode, current of current mirror circuit, voltage of references such as the voltage divider, threshold voltage and band gap, emulate resistance of the switch capacitor circuit, gain of switch capacitor integrator and first order switch capacitor filter. Fourth one is with the help of the MOS transistor model, able to calculate the value of the parameters to design CMOS differential amplifier and two-stage op-amp. Fifth number course objective is able to describe fabrication steps of IC and construct stick diagram and layout of the CMOS inverter and basic gates based on the lambda and micron design rules. Sixth is able to calculate gate array dynamic power, short circuit power and leakage power and total power consumption across CMOS inverter circuit based on the derived expression of delay and power. So these were the 6 course objectives, and out of this course objective number 3, that is based on the fundamental concept of the MOSFET characteristics and model, able to calculate value of the resistance of the current source, MOS diode, current of the current mirror circuit, voltage of references, voltage divider, threshold voltage and band gap, emulate resistance of the switch capacitor circuit, gain of switch capacitor integrator, and first order switch capacitor filter. This will be fulfilled after the completion of this particular lecture, that is lecture number 9 of this lecture series of VLSI and microelectronics subject. For your clear visibility and for your better understanding, students, I have given this in red color so that you can understand that this course outcome will be fulfilled after this course. After this course, that is lecture number 9 of this lecture series. So let us start the lecture 9 of this lecture series. Now, this one is the lesson plan of this lecture number 9 of this lecture series. Our paper VLSI and microelectronics, the course code is EC702 and we are in module number 3, that is analog VLSI design circuit. So today we are going to study MOSFET as a switch, active resistors and MOS diode, MOS current source and sink, and current mirror. So before starting lecture number 9, let us have a quick recap of the previous lecture, that is lecture number 8, that is starting of module number 3. So in the starting of module number 3, we have studied about the analog VLSI circuits. That is the overview, why we will be studying analog VLSI circuits and what is the utility of this analog VLSI. Next is we have designed the small signal models of the MOSFET, and we have also seen that there are 3 cases. First one is the basic MOSFET small signal model. Next one is the channel length modulation model by resistor. And third one is the body or substrate bias model by a current source. And the fourth one, that is the ultimate or the complete small signal model of the MOSFET, is the MOS devices have associated capacitances between the 4 terminals. So the complete small signal model of the MOSFET includes all the capacitances. And from there also we have find out various transconductance in various stages. So after this were the things we have studied in lecture number 8. So let us start lecture number 9. So first is MOSFET as a switch. So MOS devices can be used as simple switches where the switch can be made on and off by applying voltage to the gate terminal. MOS switches are used in several analog designs such as switch capacitor circuits, multiplexers and modulators. The MOS switch is a voltage control resistor and this is shown in figure A and B. This A is the MOS switch and figure B is the voltage control resistor. You can see that this is the gate, source and drain, and this one is the control. The gate is acts as a control and this is the input, that is the source, is acts as the input, and output is the drain, that is it acts as a voltage control resistor, and there is a resistor symbol here. That's why it is a voltage control resistor. Okay, now when gate voltage VGS is above the threshold voltage VT of the MOSFET, the source and the drain terminals are connected and they are isolated if VGS is less than VT, that is VT is greater than VGS. This is the condition of off and on. I hope this slide is clear to all of you. Now let us move to the next slide. That is again MOSFET is a switch continuation. The control switch or the resistor has 2 resistances, R on and R off, where R on is the on resistance and R off is the off resistance of the MOSFET. Ideally in a switch, R on should be 0 and R off should be infinite. The MOS switch has very small on resistance and very high off resistance, and thus it can be used as a switch. Now let us find out the expressions for on resistance of the MOS switch. When the switch is on, the voltage across the switch might be small, or it is small, that is VDS is small. For small VDS, the MOS device operates in the linear region. Hence, we must consider the linear region of the MOSFET. The IV equation in the linear region of the MOSFET is given by ID is equal to mu n cos of OX into W by of L into brackets is VGS minus of VT into VDS minus of VDS square by 2. This equation already we know and we have studied in MOS register. Now the on resistance can be derived as R of on is equal to 1 by delta of ID by delta of VDS is equal to L by mu n C of OX W into VGS minus of VT minus of VDS. Now this one is the value of the R on, that is on resistance. So I hope MOS as a switch is clear to all of you. Next is the active resistor or the MOS diode. Now the MOS device can act as a resistor when the drain and the gate terminals are connected to each other. You can see that here in both the diagrams, the gate and the drain terminals are connected to each other. Okay, now this is the shown is like this. This is the connection. Again, this is the connection. This is for NMOS diode and this is for the PMOS diode. Now you can see that the gate drain connection of the MOSFET is known as the MOS diode. It is shown in this figures. This figure is showing for the NMOS diode and this is for the PMOS diode. You can see that this gate and the drain is connected. Again, the gate and the drain is connected. Okay, and you can understand it with the arrows. And VLSI circuits, the resistors are replaced by the MOS diodes as fabricated, or fabricating a resistor would require a large area on the chip. So I hope these two diagrams are clear to all of you. Now let us move to the next slide. That is, when the gate and the drain are connected, we can write VGS is equal to VDS. So the transistor operates in the saturation region. Now the small signal analysis of the NMOS diode is shown in this figure. This is the small signal analysis of the NMOS diode. Here what we can write? Here we can write that VGS is equal to minus of Vx. Okay, and VDS is equal to minus of V of X. You can write all these things from this diagram. Consider first this diagram, plus and minus, this one and this diagram. Okay, after that you can write these things. That is, VGS is equal to minus of Vx and VBS is equal to minus of Vx and VDS is equal to minus of Vx. Now applying the Kirchhoff's current law at node 6, we can write, at node S we can write, see node S, where we can see this node S is here. This one is the node S. We are applying the Kirchhoff's law in this node S. So here what we can write, GM V of GS, okay, plus VDS by of RDS plus GM VBS plus I of X is equal to 0. All these things we had written from here, from this node. Okay, this we have taken, this also we have taken, and the other terminal voltages we have taken. Okay, now minus of Vx into Gm plus 1 by RDS plus of G of MB bracket closed is equal to minus of I of X. Now R out from here what we can write is equal to V of X by of R of I of X. So it is equal to 1 by Gm plus of GDS plus of Gm, that is equivalent to 1 by G of M. We are ignoring these two terms and we are getting 1 by of Gm. So R out is equal to 1 by of Gm. Now this equation, that is R out is equal to 1 by Gm, gives the expression for the small signal resistance of the MOS diode. This one is very important, that is R out is equal to 1 by G of M, gives us the expression for the small signal resistance of the MOS diode. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now let us go to the next slide, that is the MOS current source and sink. Now, a current source is a source which derives constant current irrespective of the terminal voltage. An ideal current source has infinite resistance, whereas a practical current source has very high resistance. A current sink also has constant current irrespective of its terminal voltage. MOSFET can be used as a current sink or source when it operates in the saturation region. An NMOS can act as a current sink, whereas the negative node is connected to V of SS. Alternatively, a PMOS can act as a current source when the positive node is connected to VDD. This is very important, these two lines, that an NMOS can act as a current sink and a PMOS can act as a current source. Okay, and these are the conditions, that when the negative node is connected to VSS, in case of PMOS, it can act as a current source when the positive node is connected to VDD. Okay. Now let us move to the next slide, that is MOS current source and sink continuation. So a NMOS current sink and its IV characteristics are shown here. This is the NMOS current sink and also the IV characteristics are here. Okay. Now for NMOS current sink to be operated in saturation region, VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus of V of T0. This one is VGG minus of V of T0, or V out is greater than VGG minus of V of T0. That is, this is the point. Okay. Hence, as long as the following condition is satisfied, the NMOS will behave like a current sink. That is, V out is greater than or equal to VGG minus of V of T0. This condition is very important because as long as this condition is satisfied, then MOS will behave like a current sink. Now let us see how PMOS acts as a current source. Now similarly, NPMOS can act as a current source when it is operated in the saturation region. A PMOS current source is this one, and IV characteristics are shown like this. This one is a V out, I out, and this is the curve. Now a PMOS acts as a current source if the following condition is satisfied, that is V out is less than or equal to VGG plus of modulus of V of T0. This one is the condition. Okay, I hope MOS current source and sink is clear to all of you. Now let us move to the current mirror. Now see, the current mirror circuit copies current from a reference. It finds application in the analog circuits such as differential amplifiers, analog, digital to analog or DA converters, etc. A current mirror has very high internal resistance and can act as an active current source. It is used to provide constant bias current to the amplifying transistors of an amplifier. It is used as active load of an amplifier to provide very large voltage gain. Okay. Now this is the diagram of an MOS current mirror circuit. Now here we will explain that there are M1 and M2 are the two transistors. Okay, and we will see how these are operating. Now see, this is the diagram where M1 and M2 are the two transistors. The current mirror circuit is shown. This one is a current mirror circuit. In this circuit, M1 is always operating in the saturation region, as its drain and the gate terminals are shorted. You can see these are shorted. Okay, as M1 and M2 have a common gate, this one is a common gate. Their gate source voltages are identical, and thus the current through M1 and M2 must be equal if their dimensions are identical. The currents in two transistors are mirrored. hence the name current mirror. If I reference and I out are currents through M1 and M2, this one is the I reference, that is IREF, and I out, respectively, we can write I reference by I out is equal to mu n C of OX into W1 by 2 of L1 into VGS minus of VT1 whole square into 1 plus lambda V of ds1 by of mu n C of OX W2 by 2 of L2 into VGS minus of V of T2 whole square into 1 plus lambda of VDS2. M1 and M2 are fabricated in the same integrated circuit under identical process conditions. So their threshold voltage must be same, that is VT1 is equal to VT2. Thus we can write I reference is equal to I reference by I out is equal to W1 L2 by of W2 L1 into 1 plus lambda VDS1 by 1 plus lambda VDS2. Now let us go to the next slide. Now this one is the equation, and we will put this VDS and VDS2 like this. Now if VDS1 is equal to VDS2, this equation, this whole equation of I reference by I out reduces to I reference by I out is equal to W1 into L2 by of W2 into L1, or I out by I reference is equal to W2 by L2 divided by W by L1. Hence, ratio of the output and the reference current is the function of the aspect ratios of the MOS devices, which can be controlled by the designer. This one is a very important line, that the ratio of the output and the reference current is the function of the aspect ratios of the MOS devices, which can be controlled by the designer. So this is the end of the current mirror. So I'm very thankful to all of you for listening minutely to this lecture and hope to meet you soon. Thank you all.